What is going on? Look at there, look. Our chat wants to be a little funky. It still doesn't want to work with YouTube. God. Oh man. Yeah, well, the reason I'm so late this morning is because Streamlabs doesn't want to work with everything that I've got going on. Imagine that. So good morning to the famous Rose, Dakota, and Crazy Cat, aka Sherry. Good morning. It's great to see all of you. Good morning. So, let me go ahead and start bringing this down. Alright. So, we already know that I haven't done anything in this world again for another week. I'm just knocking it all out by not showing up, right? So, I got to figure out why. You know what? It's casual again today. So if you're listening in the podcast world, I'm trying to fix my chat when it comes to Streamlabs wanting to be Streamlabs, I guess. I don't know. That's a whole different, beast, I guess. Because for some reason it just doesn't want to work right, and it drives me crazy, absolutely crazy. But hey, whatever. So it's probably not going to show up now. Oh nope, wait, there it goes. It's weird. So anyway, what day is it? First off, Chris is coming in with a like on Facebook. Chris is awesome. Thank you. It's good to see you, my friend, and a share. So what day is it? You know what? I've lost track of days, but it must be a Sunday because I have a day off. So, it's like September 13th, I think, or whatever. So, welcome to a wonderful Sunday morning over here on the U.S. East Coast. It's just after 11 a.m. At least I think. I don't know. I could have jumped through this screen and torn Streamlabs all up. But, hey, whatever. I'm here. So, I certainly have missed everybody. I really, really have. See, in the famous Rose, and you're always going to be the famous Rose. I'm not going to be saying Ember Rose because, everybody knows the famous Rose. But, anywho. So, I've missed everybody's wonderful face, name, presence. Ha! Yes, I have missed everybody's presence when it comes to this. My schedule has been taken, and from it being like perfect and whatnot, where I can make things work, to all of a sudden just being shooken up really hard and thrown to the side, and it's like, what happened? So, yeah. So I'm once again, I haven't prepped for a podcast. This is episode 8, and I haven't prepped for any of them. And you know what? I'm probably just gonna keep doing that. No writing up anything, no bullet points. We're just gonna just glide right on through. So, it is what it is for that. But yeah. So I've had my schedule taken and torn up and thrown back at me, and I can't keep up. I've had to be in at work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I find out the day before. So it's just okay, I had plans to do this. I have plans to do that. I've had plans to do the Cuff Server community nights, and then it's well, you got to be in at 5 o'clock. Well, then I have to wake up at 3:34, and so then it's I'm going to bed at 7, 8 p.m. or as soon as I come home from work, I sit down in the nap trap, which is the couch. Okay, we call it the nap trap because as soon as you put your tail in that seat, you're just done. You're done. That's it. So, but yeah. So I appreciate it. Ember Rose, you're doing really well with them, Cage. Great job. Well, I'm a streamer that has a podcast to enhance the streams. So somebody tell me what's wrong with this picture, though. There is a slight problem with this picture. Now, I'm hoping things are going to balance out here soon, and that I will be able to come back swinging and just hit it hard. And I've been saying this like what the last 3 podcasts. It's like I'm going to do this and that and that and this. Well, tell my jobs to give me a break, please. Tell them to give me a break, okay? Because coming in at 5 o'clock in the morning, all this kind of stuff is like throwing me for a big loop, because I'll work the day before till like 5 p.m. ish, then get home, have to take care of the dogs, all this kind of stuff, and get settled. Then I have to basically go right to bed, to get up, to go to work. And then I'm working a while. Then I come home, and then that's like a big loop. It's boom, okay? But Crazy Cat says, my new computer chair is a nap trap. Funny story, and Sherry is gonna kill me, but yeah, even her old one was also a nap trap, because I remember quite a few times you would be having a conversation, apparently one-sided, because eventually you would hear, and guess what? The original nap trap that she had worked just fine. So anyway, yes, the old famous Rose wants the phone numbers to go tell them people to let me free caged, right? Which makes sense. Free caged. I'm caged. Free me, right? So they won't let me go out there and actually have fun, because like my sleep schedule has just been absolutely terrible. And I don't know. So Sherry, you be nice. You be nice. I'm just telling an old story, okay? Okay, about how apparently I was talking to somebody that likes to saw logs. I don't know. So, Rocket City Gamers is in the house on the book face. What is up, Sir Onyx? It's good to see you, brother. So, but yeah, my whole schedule's just been screwed up. I can't sleep the way that I want to sleep, and work's just been throwing different random hours now, and so I can't keep up. So when I come home, I think I'm going to take a nap, or I think I'm just going to, go find something to eat or whatever. I sit down, I'm out, or something else comes up now in the night where we've got like, fires at night, accidents and stuff, and then I have to go to that now too. So everything's just been completely crazy, and I've got to get a grip on the scheduling of it so I can balance it out. But anyway, Sherry, we love you anyway. We love you anyway. Okay. Ooh, and Onyx is trying to work on the CAD update. Yeah, brother man. Hey, that sounds like that might be some tedious work. So, but yep. Yeah. Yeah, her other nap trap was also a death trap, though. We didn't need her falling and dying. And you know what? Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If Sherry were to fall out of a chair and die, I would be heartbroken. I'm just saying. I mean, granted, I would be saying that's the Sherry way to die. Who the heck just falls out of a chair and is dead? You know what I mean? But hey, okay, it's cool. Death by chair. But hey, whatever. All right. So. But anywho, so that's what's really been going on. My schedule has changed. Work has thrown extra hours in, early morning hours, late hours, random hours. My sleep schedule has been screwed up because of that, and so it's been one big mess. So anywho, I really don't even have a plan for this week. I know previously I was able to look at things and say, okay, this is kind of what I want to do, but I haven't even been able to really make plans because of all the changes and whatnot. I don't have any power over it, so I can't really make plans around it. So it's just like, just why? So, but it's okay. It's okay. But I'm going to bring something back around here soon. I just I can't figure it. I have lost like my guidance on it because there were certain things that I wanted to hit as they were coming out, and I've kind of missed my mark. I mean, we've been having fun with Fall Guys and that kind of stuff. We did kind of hit that one close enough. But that was what, over a week ago now that I started that one. So it's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, but well, look at her. Hey, go ahead, Famous Rose. Famous Rose is now a follower on Facebook. So, but yeah. So I just all I've been doing is working. I've been on an ambulance and a fire truck, and it seems like for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So, oh, well, apparently, the Famous Rose has been following, but I don't know why it would show up now. Look, it's Streamlabs. It's Streamlabs. I have warned if I hadn't held myself back, I would have torn these monitors off right here and thrown them out the window over there. Probably have taken this one and ripped it off and done the same, and and busted this thing up because Streamlabs knows how to get under my skin. The whole chat, chat doesn't work, and I tried to actually start this earlier, and it was like having problems with like Facebook or something, and I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. So yeah, so Streamlabs is a problem for me, but once I get it started and kind of tweak it, it's good. But anyway, I don't. But thank you for the follow. Dakota's coming in and saying, I bought the SnowRunner Season Pass yesterday, and all I did was fix a bridge and get stuck in ice. Funny story, as soon as I bought the game, guess what I did? Guess what I did? Okay, and guess what I still haven't done? I basically have a pickup truck, and I have joined other people, and so I'm like the scout while they got these big, massive trucks and all this stuff. Well, I just go cruising through, and yeah, I think I fixed a bridge too or something, and I got stuck a lot, and yeah, I mean, I like to think that I'm decent at it, but I mean, it's kind of like eh, eh, but I haven't played that in forever. I know Sherry and I were going to play that together and try to get my game moving forward, but again, huh, huh. A buddy of mine that I haven't seen in a long time. I was at a recent fire, and I was pumping the truck, and he's an old narc. Okay, an old narcotics officer. He retired a while back, and I haven't seen him in forever. And so he reaches in his pocket and hands something out to me, and I'm like, "No, man, I'm good." He's like, "No, take it," because you're probably gonna need it. Here. It is a cigar. It's a cigar, and I don't smoke. I mean, you can see this. I do vape a little bit here and there. I mean, I put the CBD oil and all that kind of stuff in it, and that's fantastic. But we're not getting into that here. But anyway, so he gave me this cigar, and the way this day's going, actually the way this week's going, it might be time to start trying cigars. Go out on the deck or something, and fire this puppy up and choke to death for like the next 30 minutes and try not to call 911 to me. I'm just saying, but that's kind of how it's been. It's just, yeah. So I'm going to actually try to sit down today. I've actually got some work to do that I brought home from yesterday. Imagine that. Because I didn't have enough hours in the day yesterday, because as soon as I got off from work, it was getting late, and I still had a few things that I absolutely had to do yesterday. So that's yeah. So I'm trying to play catch up for that, and then once I get done with uh, my actual work, I'm gonna get on here and figure out what we're gonna do for streams and pick this back up hot and heavy because I miss it. You know, I love my video games. What's going on? Hey, Sir Ron. Ron is in the house. It is great to see you, sir. It is absolutely great to see you. Thank you for coming in. You know what? Thank you to everybody. Let's take a moment and just applaud you guys for coming in. I appreciate all of you. Absolutely great. Uh, you know, you guys are top notch, top notch. So you know, but Brian's coming in. Brian Springs is coming in on Facebook. It is great to see you too, sir. It is great to see you. But yeah. So you know, it's just been crazy in my little personal world. I've seen a lot of stuff recently, more fire and injuries than I've seen clumped together in a very long time. So, you know, it's been wild. It's been really wild. Like the whole world was just kind of like you know, just boom, a whole bunch of junk. But yeah, so it's great. It's great. I mean, it's keeping me going. It's keeping a roof over my head, and you know, I'm paying the bills. So you know, I got to do that first. Master Gamer 2008 is in the house on the YouTubes. So yeah, it's just been a crazy life recently, and I mean, and honestly, I can't really complain because I'm doing stuff that I love to do. Sometimes, yes, it can be crazy and hectic and beat me down to the dirt, but at the end of every day, I'm glad to be doing what I'm doing. So for you guys though, here I am sticking to my promise for Sunday mornings. Thank God for that. Uh, but you know, I'm glad that I can show up and run my mouth, and you guys still show up to just say, "Hey, we love you. You know, keep doing what you're doing." So, you know, it's great to know that you guys are still hanging in there, and you know that means more to me than anything because here's actually a hidden secret as to why I like to do streams and I like to do this interaction. So this is kind of like you know it's like part of the whole juicy part of it now. So be ready, okay? Be ready. Um, with the past events from my life, um, you know, I've had to find ways to kind of, I guess, find relief, like a way to kind of push off stress, a way to kind of purge, and you know, the thing is, I've been doing fire and EMS now for over like 18 years because I started as soon as I turned 15, and back then they didn't have rules and all this stuff. So I mean, I'm walking up to burning buildings, and these you know, grown men and whatnot are like, "Here's son, here's a hose line. Go in there and put this fire out." And you know, zero training. I'm like, okay, you know. So I have seen a lot. I've done a lot because I also joined the rescue squad at the same time. So I've been doing both of them equally. And even then, as 15 years old, or at 15 years old, you know, I would go to all types of different calls, and you know, I mean, I would even go to the OB calls, and we know that's pregnancy calls and whatnot. So I mean, I jumped in, okay, I didn't, and it wasn't feet first. No, 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 no. I dove right into all of this stuff, and I'm thankful for it because it gave me a boost on learning everything, and you know, now I know different ways to handle different things. But in my 18 years of doing this stuff, I'm gonna get real personal, and I'm gonna break it down like, yeah, like this is why I stream. Back in 2012, and this is still kind of a very hard topic, but back in 2012, it was in March, okay. Uh, my father, he he ended up hurting his back, and he had to go in through like surgeries and like all this crazy stuff trying to keep him going forward, right? Well, I moved him into like this little fancy little campground that had like houses and stuff in it that was within my fire district. So that way, um, I was the fire marshal working Monday through Friday, and my lunch breaks I would go see my father. So I moved him in where I could go see him. So every day I would swing by, check on him, check on him, check on him. Well, there was a day that I wasn't able to get by to go see him because it was a busy day at work, and I had to go straight home, and I had to help my mother and my stepfather watch after their dogs and all this kind of stuff. So I had like a lot of stuff going on for that one day. So I came back to work the next morning and clocked in at 8 o'clock. And at 8:30 in the morning, uh, dispatch toned us out to a 9 Echo 1, which is a full cardiac arrest, which is unconscious, not breathing. So they came out saying that it is a 50-year-old male, unconscious, not breathing. And I knew Dad was 51, and they called it out for the campground, but they didn't call the right numbers and stuff. But if you don't know how that place is set up, you really don't know what's going on. But it hit me because I was like, there's not many people close to his age there. Like most of them are upwards of like mid 60s or older. So whenever I heard 50, I'm like, I know good and well I am not about to go see my father dead, you know? So it there's a part of Interstate 95 that ran through this fire district. I mean, it still does. But at exit 164 was where about close to where I was, and then there's an exit 157, which is right by where he was, right? So that's a lot of miles. That's a lot of miles. And at the time, I was driving a Ford Explorer, okay, and an older one at that, okay. So it didn't really have a whole lot of get up and go. I mean, but it was my baby. But so since it didn't set well, I dropped everything that I was doing. I mean, I was driving down the road though, but I mean, I was like, forget everything that I was trying to do. And I whipped that truck back around, lights and siren, and I mean, I was gone. I hopped on the interstate, and I mean, it was tunnel vision, and I honestly don't know how I even made it there, because I know that that truck was maxing out. Like it would go so fast that all of a sudden this truck would start cutting back on it. I mean, it would like boom, and then boom. Like it made me slow down. But anyway, I was the first one there, and found out that it was indeed my dad's house. And you know, it was a nightmare that came true. And so I remember walking through that door. Actually, as soon as I pulled up, I jumped out. I saw the ambulance and the fire truck and all that stuff coming up, and as soon as I jumped out, somebody yelled, you know, hey, are you sure you want to go in? Look, I was tunnel vision. I was, you know, like I was in like work mode. Like it was like, you know, this is dad here. This is dad. I don't care. You know, there's nothing you can say. Like the only way you're gonna stop me from going in is if you shoot me. I mean, like there's no way. That, you know, and even then I will crawl. You know, so. But no, I went through that door, and the stuff that I saw, you know, I was able to go in and look at him, and I found him, and I was able to go in and check for pulse and all this kind of stuff. and I could look in his eyes and tell that he was gone. I mean, it's crazy because I can walk up to like anybody and look at them and pretty much tell if we can do anything for them or not without even touching them. But for some reason, my mind was trying to do this whole like you can fix it. It was weird, but I could look in his eyes and just tell that things just weren't. There was no more life, and but I still checked, and I'm sitting there just trying my best, and nothing. So at that point, after I checked pulse, like I forgot everything, like all that training, all that stuff out the window, like it's done. And I didn't know what else to do. It was like I checked pulse, but I was done. So I walked to the opposite end of that little part of the house, and I watched as the medics came through the door, and I knew that they had a monitor to hook him up. And I mean, even though I know I was just mind blown at what was going on because I couldn't grasp it. So I just took a step back, and medics went in there and they hooked all the leads up to him, and they printed out a strip, and I listened to them, and they got on the radio, and they said that it was a Category 4 patient. Category 4 means they're gone. And it's a weird system because Category 3 means you're fine. Category 2, you might not be able to walk or something. And Category 1 means, you might be dead or almost dead. But Category 4 means you're gone. But as soon as I heard them radio that, I remember I couldn't see through the waterfall, and I walked out the front door, and my fire chief at the time was just standing there, and for some reason I walked straight to him and I hugged his neck and I wouldn't let go, and the only thing that I could say over and over and over is, that's my dad, that's my dad, that's my dad. And I finally brought it back together and got in touch with my mom and all that stuff, and she came rushing in because she was at a doctor's visit and kept her phone in her purse, and she was like, I can't check it. Well, she finally realized that it kept going off, and the moment she learned, boy, she said she pushed everybody out of the way and she was gone. So she showed up by my side pretty quick, and so everybody kind of flocked to me and they helped me out. But I told this story because that's the biggest thing that ever happened to me in my career. I mean, I've had children, I've had infants, I've had mothers run out of their house with their, pretty much newborn child, handing them to me to help them breathe again. I've had, elderlies. I mean, I've had people that I've bonded with over the years, that I've had to work on, and but nothing prepared me for having to go to my own father's death. I learned that my father passed away because dispatch told me out for it, right? So I don't know why that's actually playing. I think he's been on there, right? Right? Anyway, if not, thank you for the follow. But I think Eric's also been on there. But anyway, yeah, thank you for all the love, guys. Really, 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 really. Sorry, I've kind of gotten in like a little bit of a haze here now, but we see a lot of stuff, but you're just never really truly ready for that. And so for like honestly the first couple of years, I couldn't talk about it. Like I would seriously try to bring it up and talk about it, and every time that I would get on that topic, I mean, you can tell now with me bringing it up that I'm kind of like it's like pulling it out some still, but it it messed me up. really, 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 really bad. And I'm a huge advocate for mental health for firefighters, EMTs, police officers, all that kind of stuff, because it is a real deal. And I mean, just because of what happened to me doesn't mean that it makes me special, because we see stuff. I mean, I tell people we can see more just horrible crap in a week than a lot of people will see in their entire life, because you got to think, people call 911 whenever they're having the worst day possible, you know? So it's we see a lot of stuff. So I mean, there's a lot of people out there that serve and they've got mental health problems. Well, mine made it where I had the night terrors, the night sweats, the mood swings. Like, it was bad for a while, and people were like, "Well, you might need to go talk to somebody." And of course, me being me, hard headed over here, I was like, "No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine." And that's the problem. A lot of us that serve, we're always like, "Well, people call us to fix their problems, so we're good. We can handle this. It's just a bad dream. It's just, this and that." So we kind of water it down and say that we can handle our own problems. And that's not usually the case. You don't want to seem weak. And so I've tried to tell everybody that comes in, look, if you've got problems, you got things that are keeping you up, that are bothering you, reach out and tell somebody before it gets worse. Because I harbored all of this stuff for so long over the years, from everything that I've seen, and then Dad's death, and then that really shut me down. Like, it messed me up. It messed me up. And so when I finally opened up, I said, okay, I will go get help, all this stuff. They were, they set me up, and I'm thankful for it now. But at the time, it was like, I'm not weak, I'm strong, I got this. It'll pass. And so I showed up, and my first day trying to talk to a therapist was like not happening. It was not happening. It was like, she was like, well, we've got to start with this and that, da da da. And I'm like, uh-huh. Right. So we know that her goal was to pull this crap out and face it and start to figure out ways to handle it, which eventually that happened. But that first day I was like locked up, and she would try her best to pry it out, and then I would just turn into like nothing but just mushy tears, and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. This is not what I'm supposed to do. It was really just like, what happened? So, hey, Daniel the pilot is in the house. What is up? What is up? So, so I was just bawling my eyes out. Just, I'm like, I'm trying to talk about it. I can't talk about it. It's bad, and boy. So once they finally pulled all this stuff out, she was able, and it was like crazy. She was able to just pick at like everything back to like years back. And so she's like, you've got like a whole bunch of stuff just like poking at you, and just that stuff has latched on to you and all this stuff. So, and 7 likes on YouTube. Great. Thanks, guys. But she ended up coming back saying, well, you don't have PTSD. You've got a severe case of PTSD. And I was like, what in the world? And at the time, because honestly, I was ignorant to it, and I mean, I didn't really know much about PTSD and that kind of stuff, because I was like, well, I never served in the military, and I don't know why the loud bang of a door closing scares me, because I've never been shot at, and this and that, da da da. Because there was times where I would be sitting in my office and somebody would come down the hall and that door would slam and it would spook me, and it was just like, why? So then she had to break it down, saying, well, that's what it's like, like people have like this general thought about it, and da 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 da. And so that's not the case. Your mind just starts to go into like you've had to handle all this terrible junk that you're not really meant to be, dealing with, like a whole lot of this, stuff. And so it's not really, the loud bang making you feel like you're being, shot at. It's the fact that your mind starts to get to this point where the world's not safe. And I know this sounds absolutely crazy because I mean it did to me to begin with, and it took like even like a year after that to really kind of grasp what she was telling me. Um, but your mind starts to think that the world's not safe, and that and this is going to be kind of funny for some of this stuff, but you have to have a safe place. And so basically, like mine is my home. So she made me pick it because she was like, pick a safe place, and I'm like, look, woman, we ain't picking no safe. I don't need a safe space or place or whatever, a circle drawn in the dirt. No, I don't need it. But I actually understood what she meant, and basically she was saying you need to have a safe place where you feel comfortable. And of course I was like, well, my home. And she broke it down. She goes, well, that makes sense. She goes, because you are basically the gatekeeper to who comes in and out of your home. So you know that it's safe there, that whatever happens there, 9 times out of 10, you put into motion. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. So, so even to this day, my home is like my little safe spot. Honestly, this spot right here is where I feel my absolute best, right here. And I've been sitting here some of the last week, but I haven't been able to stream. But I mean, but I just sit here. Like some of this stuff isn't even on. Like I just sit. I sit right here. But and I see that Daniel is not having a great day. It's I'm glad you're here. I certainly hope that turns back around for you, because I truly don't want anybody to have any type of negative crap in their life. I just I've been there. This whole story is about it. But excuse me. But I'm about to cough again. Hold on a minute. Oh, thank God for water right by the desk, because I'm smart. As I choke to death. So anyway, I told this whole story basically to say that this is my way to uh relieve stress. God, what is wrong with me? Like suddenly it's like, punch to the throat. And it's not even throat punch Tuesday or Thursday or none of that stuff. Ugh. So yeah, so I've gone through all that kind of stuff. And I use this to interact with you guys. So that's why whenever I say that you guys are more than viewers and more than listeners, I truly mean it. This helps me uh stay somewhat sane for the most part. So Daniel, see, and having a friend killed in the army is that's, yeah. Trust me, I'm no stranger when it comes to death. I'm not. But yeah, so I do this stuff uh because it helps with stuff like that. It helps overcome the pain and the misery and whatnot that comes along with death, and the crazy stuff that I've seen. And so Daniel, look, I understand how that can really cut deeper than anything else. And my absolute deepest and truest condolences to you. Um, that's always tough. But I just since I really didn't have much to really talk about for this podcast, I really wanted to get to some meat and talk about some of the seriousness behind this. Yes, I do this for fun because it is fun. Um, but I do this because it's like a therapy thing, honestly. And it's exciting to make friends doing this, to have you guys just flocking in, saying hey, hanging out, chatting, we're cutting up, we're having a great time. I love seeing every last one of you show up. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's a great feeling. So it's just it's fantastic, and I thank you guys so much for actually being such a positive impact in my life, even without some of you guys knowing that you do that. Okay, thank you, truly, thank you for showing up, for backing me up, for helping me move forward, and watching streams and just having a great time together, because you guys really make a difference in my life for the better. And Master Gamer saying, Cage, what do you use to stream? Well, I use Streamlabs, and Streamlabs does not like me. It started off great, it's just kind of like it's like the early days of a relationship. It's like, I love you. No, I love you. And then finally, it starts to kind of like wear off. And then it's kind of like, you're here. I guess I'll do something for you. I mean, and it's like, okay. So good days and bad. Just like every other relationship. I didn't say that. It's okay. It's okay. The lovely Haley is not around this morning, but she's probably listening or watching now. And yeah. Luckily for me, she's in Maryland. And Maryland, that trip's like 8 hours or so. So so she's like 8 hours away from me. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, she is 8 hours away from me currently. So I can kind of make some jazz, but the problem is this is on the internet, and the internet once it's there, it's always there, and so she's gonna be like, "What do you mean? What do you mean every relationship? Oh, see," and then there's a golden point. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just making jokes, and she knows it. So hopefully I won't get into any kind of trouble, right? So. And the famous Rose, likewise, Cage. You do the same for many of us. I know you do that for me. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you. And it's. I'm glad that I can do that. I'm glad that I can give you a place for everybody just to show up, and that's why I like to back up the whole be positive, stay positive thing. If you guys notice, like, I'd try not to cuss in my streams. Like I try to take out like a lot of this stuff, and I try to censor it. I try to do the best that I can do, and make it where it's a positive place to be. You only talk about things really that are like an uplifting thing. I mean, granted, I just told one of like the saddest stories of my entire life, but it's a thing where I want to be able to open up a little bit to you without getting too personal with stuff, but you guys do so much for me, so I just I really want to be able to lift you guys up and help y'all out and make a bad day turn good. I mean, because you guys deserve the absolute best every day anyway. So OBS and Streamlabs, well, honestly, no. Kinda, sorta, in certain aspects, but no. They are, yeah. So, Dakota jumped over to the Twitchies because apparently YouTube, of course, wants to be stupid. So, uh, but let's go ahead and make sure that we all give a huge shout out to Daniel the pilot. I know a lot of you have already reached out, but I really want to make sure that we send love to Daniel because you know it's a different situation, but all in all, any loss, any death can be a hard thing for anybody, and so positive vibes and much love sent towards you. All right. So, just hang in there. And if you need anybody to ever talk with or anything, just I'm pretty sure that we can all reach out to each other and try to help get through any of our darkest days. So, but yeah, yeah. So, uh, and Brian saying Haley's gonna end up beating me up whenever she gets home. Well, she's 8 hours away, so I'm good. I'm good. So let's see. As you can tell, I'm new to this whole streaming channel thing. I love supporting people, but understanding and getting to know it myself is new. Well, it's different from whenever I was a streamer back in the day. God, I think it was sometime like late 2012 or so or something. Whenever hiccup, whenever I started, and it's changed a lot from then. And so whenever I started this time around, it was like holy crap. So, yeah. So the whole streaming thing has changed tremendously, but I think I finally got a good grip on it, kind of like a basic understanding of it. So I think it looks pretty. It looks pretty. Pretty. So, Master Gamer, she can buy the big belt and spank you 8 hours away. I mean, maybe. But yeah, so I mean, she's up in Maryland for right now. She'll be coming back tonight though, so she'll probably be leaving honestly in like the next few minutes to be coming back towards South Carolina, taking that 8 hour trip. So for right now, though, I'm by myself. I can do what I want, which is go eat food here in a few minutes. So, but I'm just thankful for you guys, and I hope that everybody has a much better day than the way it started. Even if you started with the best day possible, I hope that it keeps getting much better throughout the day. But I hope you guys really didn't mind me kind of digging into some of the personal stuff and explaining why I actually stream. Because I feel like that's something that you guys deserve to actually know. And I hope that it really does bring it home to let you guys know that you really aren't just a number on a screen. You're not just a viewer. You're not just a listener. I really honestly look at every last one of you as a friend, and you guys really do tremendous things for me as far as keeping me level and feeling great and trying to move forward. So I'm thankful and I'm humbled by it, and there's no way that I could ever repay any of you back for being here. I truly, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Time is the most precious thing that anybody can give because you're born with a limited amount of it and you'll never get any more of it. And for you to spend even a fraction of a second with me is an amazing thing, and I thank you for it. I just I'm humbled by it, and I promise, I am I'm going to get off of this whenever we get done with it. I'm going to do my work, and then once I get done with work, I'm going to go find some food. And 10 likes so far on the YouTubes. Thank you so much. And Meg is in the house now. Welcome. So, and of course the famous Rose. You don't have to pay us back. You don't owe us anything. And that might be true in like some sense, but uh, thank you. The Nick Fulton 1981 has followed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it's it's an interesting thing because like I feel like I do owe you a lot more than just nothing. So it's fantastic to just have you here. So thank you for all the things that you guys do for me, whether you know that you're doing it or not. Because without you guys, I would probably be not in as best shape as I'm in now. Because like these Sunday mornings are like a highlight of my life to come in here and hang out with you guys. Because a lot of you think that you're coming to watch me and like that's the whole focus point. No, 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 no. These are actually made so I can come hang out with you guys because that's what I want to do. So it's flipped here, okay? It's flipped. I'm here to hang out with you guys because I love all of y'all. Y'all are fantastic. Y'all make my life so much better in more ways than you could ever think. So this is actually the people's podcast now, right? Right? And so, but yeah. So you guys are great. You really, really are. I think what I'm gonna do is start to wrap this thing up. Let's see if I've missed anything. Which I know I have. Daniel the Pilot is up to 76 subs. Congratulations on 76 subs. You are actually beyond me, which is fantastic, though, because I love to see people succeed. So keep on going, moving forward. Don't stop. Keep going up, man. Keep going up. That is fantastic. Let's see. Have I been fishing yet? No. You know what? Yeah, this week was Labor Day week, wasn't it? Look at that, another boom. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm having moments. I didn't go fishing, however, uh we went kayaking. And I haven't been in years, like I had to buy a brand new one and ended up buying one for Haley. So I mean we honestly uh we bought them and I was going to go teach her how to use it, and we this time we got the sit on top ones, or I did. I always had the one where you sit in it. So she went ahead and got one that you sit on top of, which I love much, much more than the one you sit in because it's just it's great. Anyway, so yeah, I went kayaking, and funny story there. I asked her, I was like, do you want to start on like this pond, or like a lake, or do you want to go straight to the river? I told her that I learned on this certain river, which I did. Okay, I did. This is years ago. I learned on this certain river. And she's like, well, I want to have an adventure. And so I'm like, okay. I was like, we're going to go on an adventure. So I'm like, we're going to the river. So this trip went from like extremely exciting. We unloaded the kayaks, we put all of our stuff on it, we put our life jackets on and all this fancy stuff, and so we had our snacks and tools and whatever that we might need, and she's all, we're going to the river and we're walking out there. So we dropped the kayaks in the water, and I'm like, okay, first rule of going to you know what? Yes, I have links cut off. Crap. That is my bad, and I will fix that. I'll fix that because now that I've got moderators and all this kind of stuff, y'all can take care of on that. So I'm actually glad you did that. I will knock that out after this stream. But anyway, so we're drop in, she gets in, and I'm like, okay. I mean, she paddled around on mine like the day before out on the lake. So so she had a basic understanding, but she was like, we can do this on the river, and I'm like, all right, cool. So yes, I do have a Discord. Look up here at the website. Go there, and all the links to everything is on the website. So yes, there is a Discord. It's kind of dry for right now, but if it starts to blow up really, really quick, then I know the famous Rose here is also taking lead point on that to make it prettified, and yeah, so the Discord is there if you want to go check it out, and everybody can just pile in. Then we'll change it up, because I'm going to make everything click together and be smooth and try to get a schedule down for it. Anyway, so I'm like, first rule of getting on the river, you go upstream. So once you're tired or whatever, you can just float back, right? Float back. Well, we tried that, and where we put in, there was like a little bend where like current gets kind of rough, so you have to kind of swing it out hard and push to get through it. But once you get through it, you can come back around. Well, I blast right on through it, and I'm like, where is she? Where did she go? And I look back, and her kayak is just going around in circles. She's just paddling in circles because she would come back out, go towards it, and the current would just push her. She paddled back, get back through again, push her. And I'm like, oh my god, okay. So then I'm like, okay, well, we can go downstream and then paddle back up, because the current does get a little bit better. I won't say a lot better, a little bit better. And we start paddling downstream, and she's like, wait a minute. She's like, once we get down here, we've got to paddle back up here, right? And I went, well, yeah. She's like, oh, heck no. I was like, okay. So I'm like, well, then let's turn back around now. We'll just go back to the pond, to the lake, and paddle out there and kind of get used to everything. So I turn back around. I'm going back up. Well, she's sitting there like cussing and all this kind of stuff, because she's like, she's like frustrated with it, but she's laughing though. So I mean, she's having fun, but she's also like, this kayak's gonna kill me, kind of thing. So I turn back around the wrong way, and there's this big tree branch hanging over the water, and I mean, it's, oh my, okay. So I turned back around, and I noticed the way the current took me once I turned. So I'm just sitting there like turning, and I'm like, uh-oh. So I'm kind of looking at it, like I'm faced like this, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, here comes this branch, and so there's nothing I could do. So I just went like, here we go, and bam! I ate tree, okay? I ate tree, and so I almost flipped and rolled over and stuff, and luckily I fought that and got out of that. And I was like, you know what? Just fight it and make it back. So I kind of got out of there and came up and moved back up to where we put in, and I'm just sitting there just like coaching from like the side. I'm like, come on, you can do it. And so she finally makes it back. So yeah, so we went kayaking, but we were gonna go fishing, but we went kayaking, and that was definitely a great thing to revisit. But yes, so but fishing is still on the list though. So uh-oh. Yes, you know what? If you're absolutely serious about us taking a trip, I love to go kayaking like anywhere, doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. So there is a possible chance that if you have a body of water that I'm welcome to, yeah, all right, all right, bet. So, anyway, Dakota, I don't know why there's problems going on. I don't know if it's my side or your side or what. But yes, to get to the Discord, there is one, and just go up here to the website, the cagefreedomstudio.com, cagefreedomstudio.com, and all the links are there for Discord and all the other platforms and all of that as well. For like Twitter and all that too. So yeah, just go there, and that should be everything that you will need to join in. So, and look at there, the famous Rose is coming in for the save. Thank you for doing that. So yeah, but anywho, I appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out with me for an hour, a quick hour at that. Like that's wow. Again, didn't I say that I was gonna make these like 20 minutes long when I first started, and all of them now are like an hour. So yeah. See, again, hanging out with great people just makes the time just fly, and you don't even think about it. So, but I hope I didn't get too personal and too mushy and all this kind of stuff, because it wasn't a story meant to bring you guys down. Like, oh my god, it was just a story to just say I greatly appreciate every last one of you. Thank you for making my life better. Uh, thank you for allowing me to be able to do this type of stuff, because it's a great deal for me. So it's fantastic to have all of you here. So I hope that everybody has a positive day, a positive week. um I wish nothing more than the absolute best for every last one of you. So if you're having a bad day, or something's going on, and you have a way to reach out to me, and I'm available, which we know recently I've been kind of tight on being able to do anything, but I promise you, if when I do see it, I will reach back out to you if you need something. Because like I said, you're more than just a number and a viewer and a listener. If you need something, you reach out to me, because I take life serious, and the world's full of too much crap. So if I can help make something a little bit better for you, then I'm all for it. So that's what we do here. Okay, that's what we do here. All right, we take all the crap and we flip it and try to make it into something positive. So be positive, stay positive. That's our little motto thingy. Okay, be positive and stay positive. That's the best way to be. We fight stuff every day, and sometimes that's hard to do. Trust me, I know. But anyway, thank you guys for showing up. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I've got work I've got to do. Yeah, unfortunately. And then I need food. I have not eaten since I've been up this morning, and I've been up now for a while, and I'd be hungry. I'd be hungry. So I'm gonna find something to eat, and then yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. I've got things I've got to do, but I might be able to come up with something to stream. We'll see. I'm kind of feeling lazy and casual, so it might not be anything like Risk of Rain like that. That's playing right here. And that would be a whole nother harder stroke. But yes, thanks guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for everything that you guys do. I'm forever humbled by it. So yep, and even the famous Rose. Me too. If you guys need anything, please let me know. So see, the Cage Freedom Studio is more than a place that just streams video games. It's a place full of love and support for everybody. Everybody's welcome. I don't care who you are, what you are, nothing. Where you're from, none of that matters to me. Everybody's welcome here. We're gonna always stay positive and make everybody's day much better. So be positive, stay positive. And Sherry's talking about Fall Guys. You know what? I might do that. That's definitely the most casual, just laid back game that I can do. But however, there are moments when that can be a freaking heart stroke. That can be a heart stroke, okay? But all right, I might. But I got to get through work first. I'm working on a Sunday. Ugh. So, but anyway, be positive, stay positive. If you need something, reach out to us. We'll try to make your day better just by being there for you, because we are the house of love and support for everybody here. And I'm sure that I will check you guys out by the end of the day. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Okay. I'm not gonna promise you, but I'm gonna try, and I should be able to pull something out. Something. So ah you know what, Sherry? Okay. Tell you what. Um uh Sherry's like, "Oh, we can get in and play with you." Well, uh uh huh. Is that kind of like the whole like anything you want, oh, oh, wait a minute. Anyway, I will reach out to you, Sherry, in Discord probably, and see what we can come up with. So we might be doing that in a few hours. Like I said, I've got to go through work first and eat and all that kind of stuff. But so yes, guys, we might be doing Fall Guys, doing a setup with everybody, and yeah, and then we'll probably set up chat through Discord, maybe. So anyway, yeah. So look forward to something. I'm gonna stream something, even if it's for just like 30 minutes. I mean, I'm going to pull something because it's driving me crazy. I'm like, I gotta stream something. It's been forever. It's been forever. It's like I gotta do something. But anyway, so I'm out. Be positive. Stay positive, and I will see you guys in a little bit. And then now I'm gonna sit here quiet while this thing goes and catches up, because I've learned that if I end it now, it cuts off part of the stream. So all right, guys, I'm out. Y'all have fun.